You are now listening to the FGC Job Squad. See us when we're good.
Everybody, what's up? This is FGC Job Squad episode 10. I'm your host, Get Easy, and with my co-host, Ian, get Pickle. We got no guests today, which is fine.
Thank God, dude.
we got, dude, do you see what Avum said in
on what?
In Cody's Twitch? He said that Avery's a liar and that him and Speed Kicks played every day.
Look,
that's a correction.
I mentioned that I went up there a couple of times, but there was one time where they were just straight up playing tag 2. And I think what do you call it? Nick and Leon went up there with me.
Mm-hmm.
And we all thought we were gonna be playing Tekken 7, and these guys were just playing tag 2, and they were like not interested in playing Tekken at all.
Wow.
So like that was just like one day where they were just like super anti Tekken, but for the most part they always mentioned that they hated the game, you know, like they were just like done with it. But I don't know. I guess he was lying, dude. Who knows?
So what have you been up to like for the last month? You haven't done like
I've been getting ready for I'm applying to school this week, to STSU this week.
Oh, okay.
I'm doing that tomorrow actually.
For the spring semester or what?
It would be for I guess this semester, but next year. So you have to apply like a year in advance. So that's
okay.
Like the one exciting thing I'm doing this week, which is pretty cool. Yeah, I'm ready, man. I'm ready to finish these last 2 years finally.
That's pretty cool. That's pretty cool.
So hopefully I get in, dude. Hey, I was I remember you mentioned on the Twitter account you responded to remember FDX how he posted something about the netcode being so bad.
Yeah.
It says the netcode is degraded to the point where I and online apologists think it's pretty impossible to have competitive games online, and it's a little scary that 90% of my income and brand are being affected by it, right? Really hopeful there's a meaningful patch soon. And then he tagged BNU Esports. And you replied, next episode, we should definitely emphasize further why 90% of your income shouldn't be playing Tekken 7 online.
Yeah, that's just like, I can't believe, okay, I think maybe he meant this. I think he just means it's his YouTube videos, his Twitch streaming content. It's all hinged on playing online. It's like, dude, that's fucking crazy. I can't imagine. I mean, that's crazy. I don't know. I guess I don't have too much to say other than that. But just don't do that.
I mean, yeah. The thing is, he picked probably like one of the worst games to do it, right? I mean, you know what the online Tekken experience is like. Imagine streaming that as like 90%. I mean, if it's 90% of your income, it's probably like your full time job, right? So if that's what you're doing full time, you're streaming Tekken, and I can't even play it for more than 4 or 5 matches, and I just hop off. I don't know how this guy's doing it for 90% of his income, dude. But
yeah, I looked at his YouTube. He has some videos about like how to play the game and shit like that, and how to not stress out and not play on tilt. It's like a lot of emotional support for Tekken or something.
What does he mention? What are the tips?
I didn't. I just looked at the thumbnails. I was just like browsing it, but yeah, I wanted to mention, dude. We played in Cody's online tournament. That was pretty funny. He won that, dude. So that was pretty cool.
Yeah, dude. So wait, hold up. Have you played in a tournament? I mean, ever since then, like, how long has it been since you played in a tournament?
It's been a while. I was gonna say, I kind of was being a bitch about this one. I was like, God, I kind of don't want to play because the last thing I wanted was fucking get matched up against Chili Sprout and just get scrubbed out.
Fucked up, dude.
No, I wouldn't get fucked up. I watched him play. He was like, "How do I block?" I know he was probably joking about that, but he was saying like, "How do you tech roll and things like that?" But I DM'd Cody, and I was like, "Hey, let me play against Ho." I literally told him that, and he's like, but I mean, dude, that's good seeding.
Is that
He's
what you
top.
got right off the bat, dude?
Yeah, dude, we manipulated the bracket, but if you think about it, he's good and I suck, so that's like legit
I know what you're
seeding.
doing. You're such a bitch, dude. You picked Ho, so you lose to a top player, and you can't have the excuse of getting scrubbed out by a fucking noob.
Yeah,
That's what
dude, I
you
was a
picked, you
bitch.
son of a bitch.
Yeah. And it was bad because, dude, so my V-Sync was on, so like my shit was. I mean, it doesn't even matter, but that's why he was hitting with like Shining Wizards, and I was like, dude, this is so fucking lame. Like running across like the fucking stage and like running off
Yeah,
with Shining
it's
Wizard.
like the way the like when you look at the command list, that's how they show the Shining Wizard from like full screen and shit.
Yeah, it's like the easiest shit to break. Now it just kept fucking up, so I got hit by like every Shining Wizard. I broke some other things, but yeah, I was. And then I kept listening to the stream. I was like laughing listening to the stream.
Dude.
Yeah, so like I was just not in the right mindset. But yeah, I'm gonna enter this Thursday. You won. How's you? I mean, you feel like it seemed like a breeze for you. It seemed like everything kind of.
Yeah, I mean, unless it's
I don't know.
actually, I was playing with James like for like an hour before the tournament. We're just playing like a long ass set, just warming up. So I was playing Josie the whole time, and I picked Steve, I think, against him in the first game when we were in grand finals, and I think I beat him. Then he beat me one, and then I just said, fuck this, I'm just gonna play Josie. I know they all hate Josie, so I figured just pick her, and just the tilt alone will get me the win. So that's kind of what I did, and I forgot that it was 2 out of 3 for the whole thing, even grand finals.
Yeah,
So I was
you're
I
like,
was willing to
"That's it?"
change. I'm like, okay, if I fuck up, I still have another game, right? So in my head, I
Mhm.
was still like, chilling, but I didn't even know it was the last game.
Dude,
But
Onagay James is sick because he was like typing like after he beat I think Armaku. Did he beat Armaku, right?
he beat Ho.
Oh, okay. Afterwards, you typed, "I'm shaking." I was like,
Is
"Okay,
that what he
guy."
said?
Yeah, like you typed the Twitch
Yeah,
chat. I'm shaking
yeah,
so
dude.
hard right now. I was like, "Okay, this guy's
Yeah,
tight."
yeah. Thankfully, he joined because he beat Ho, and I honestly do not want to play against Ho unless I really have to. But it's fucking tiring playing against that dude and it's fucking Marduk, dude.
Yeah,
Yeah, so you got him out of the way for me.
that's pretty cool. Yeah, I'm definitely gonna enter Thursday. Are you
It's
gonna
gonna
enter
be a
Thursday?
weekly thing. I had no idea it
Yeah,
was a
they
weekly
said.
thing.
Yeah, he said weekly. So
Oh, it's a weekly thing. Yeah, I'll probably sign up. I mean, it's pretty fun. Just the first to one. Like
yeah,
if you
single
lose,
elimination.
if you lose, like fuck, there's no gulag, so you can just go,
Yeah,
get your Twitch monster afterwards.
and
It's pretty
you
tight.
can't be too salty. There's no 0-2. I mean, that's for me to worry about. But like, there's
Yeah,
if you lose, it's like whatever. You just watch.
yeah,
Well,
it's pretty fun.
I kept thinking about like because everyone was in chat. It felt like everyone was
Yeah,
having a good time. I was like, damn, dude, offline it would be 10 times better than this.
yeah, dude.
So
Because everyone would be just surrounding the station watching.
yeah, everyone's just having good. And then when I was playing Ho, like he got me the rolling death crate and I alt F forward. Because it's like, all right, we all know what's gonna happen, and like, come on, what are
Yeah,
we doing
I
here?
forgot who I played. I know I played I played James. Did I play against Armorco? I think I played against Armorco too.
I'm
If
not
it was
sure.
that tournament, I think on the final round, Armorco, like I could tell he was running out of options,
Hmm.
and I just felt that I'm like he hasn't done a hell sweep, so like what else is he gonna do, right? And I was spaced out, so it's either he's gonna do like a crouch ass mix up, the mid or the hell sweep, and I just felt like it was gonna be a hell sweep, so I ducked ahead of time for like a whole second, and then he just did it, and I blocked it, and I punished it, and then like once I got to the wall, he also ulted forward, and I don't think on stream you guys saw that, but I thought my game crashed. Like I was finishing the combo, and then the game crashed. And I was holding I was already buffering the taunt buttons with Josie. You know how she does like a little crying thing, a little crying taunt. I was buffering the shit out of it, and then the whole thing just froze on me. And I think he ulted forward, and I got stuck in that screen. Then I looked at the stream, and like I didn't show it. I just showed that the match ended. But I think he did the same thing. He ulted forward, and I just got stuck in that loading screen.
So I didn't know you could pick your victory screen. How do you can actually do
Yeah.
that?
When I'm playing Armor King, I hold the 1+2, and then he just kicks the shit out of you when you win the round or when you win the match. But I don't know if does that work for everyone? I don't know if it does. I
No,
just know.
probably. I'm not sure. I just never pressed anything. I just let it go, and
Yeah,
I thought it was random. That's cool.
yeah. I know with Armor King 1+2, it's you get a Shining Wizard at the end, which is pretty sick.
That's cool. So yeah, I was thinking about how like, dude, everyone was having a good time in the chat, but I was like, dude, this is just online. But I was thinking, so this guy named Rushdown on Twitter, he said like the future is just going to be online and it's going to be no use for offline. This guy, he just always has the worst opinions. I blocked him. Just like, dude, every 3 weeks he figures out the most retarded shit to say. He's the guy who said like,
Did you also
he's
Did you also
sorry,
respond
go
to him
ahead.
on the podcast Twitter account? I think I remember seeing something
No,
like
or
that.
maybe
No.
or maybe I did. I think on my account I said online tournaments aren't real tournaments. I was like,
yeah.
that I blocked them or some shit. But
I think I saw that. I thought a lot of people responded to it, right? Like that.
yeah, it's like you're fucking yeah.
So,
But
so what is he saying? He's saying that online is a future, and
he said so Guilty Gear Strive. I guess the netcode is pretty good to the point where it's like if you're just running tournaments online, like all the logistics, the overhead costs, which is true,
yeah.
it's like really the barrier to run in tournaments. Like yeah, there should be a place for them. So he's saying, but it'll get to a point where online is going to be just completely replace offline. And I was like, dude, there's not even the same. So some people had really good replies like that.
But it sounded like that's what he wanted, right? Like that he's not saying that's what's gonna happen. Like he wanted that. Like he's for that, right?
Yeah, I mean, it kind of sounded like that because he kept just saying like, you know, you guys are just old heads and you're not ready for this conversation, which is what people say when they're just wrong. Like, oh, you're not ready for this conversation. It's like,
yeah, that's like some anti-social shit, and it caters to him. You know, like I do not want to be playing online tournaments, dude. Like, if that's what it turns into. I don't think I'll stick around. You know, and even though that's kind of where I came from. I came from just playing this game online, like Tag 2 online, and I don't want to go back to that. Like it was fun and everything, but like I need to have a balance of both, you know, online and offline.
Yeah, and he kept trying to turn it around on people. So like his next tweet was, I'm pretty sure the reason I got so much blowback is because going to FGC tournaments is your only social interaction. So he's trying to make it seem like, wow, you guys are such nerds. That's your only. Right. That's why you want to like. It's like, come on, man. And he also said like commentators are more important than the players, and it's like this guy, he just always had like some opinion that's gonna get like 1 million engagements. So I don't know why I would bring that up, but I just kept thinking during Cody's. It's called the Super Battle Kitchen single elimination. It's supposed to be like Super Battle Opera on Thursdays. I just kept thinking like, dude, this is pretty fun.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. It's become a weekly thing. Is I don't keep track of TTF online. I know it's a monthly now, right? He does it for every game. Like,
yeah, that's this Sunday too. Are you gonna enter that? I'm pretty sure. Or
Saturday.
It's
already coming up.
Yeah, so there's that's double elimination.
Just a regular TTF.
Yeah, so the last weekend of every month, he does TTF online for all 3 games.
I need to go to that offline event in North County. That's one thing I need to do as well. That's like the only offline tournaments that I think we have in San Diego. But I want to do that at least just to like go meet the guys in the North County area. I think they got some new players and shit that are apparently pretty solid. But yeah, I'll sign up to. I think I'll sign up to all of the tournaments that Cody puts out, at least for Tekken. Hey, hold on. Whatever happened to what's that game called? Melty Blood?
Oh yeah. I played it. I have like 20 hours in Steam on it, dude. It's pretty cool, but I asked you that the weekend it came out. I was like, dude, you want to play? And you were like, you said you were in TJ. You said you were like in TJ or some shit. I swear to God, you said you were in TJ. So I was like, okay. And then by the next week, I was like, dude, people have gotten so fucking, and it's not even trying to keep up with so many people, but like that game is like probably the worst 2D. I mean, okay, I'm gonna start talking. People are gonna be. I think it's not a good 2D game to start with. Okay. It's completely different. I think like I kind of talked about. There's a mechanic called shield, so you can kind of read what your opponent's gonna do, and you can shield, and then you get like a RPS follow up, and then your opponent can also RPS that follow up. So the game's like kind of volatile mechanics wise. It's like it's unlike any other 2D game.
You said there's a shield, like you can block anything.
Yeah. So what? Okay, you can't be like getting hit. You can't. You know what I mean?
Right.
It's gotta be.
Yeah.
So if you shield a move, depending on how, so like you can't shield a jab move with the follow up, but basically if you shield a move, you can do like a cross up, like you get on the other side of them, or you launch them. You try to launch them like a high frame launch move, or the other one is you kind of escape, where you like get away from them or something like that. You cross through them, but basically the idea is like it's supposed to just make the game way more defensive. So you play people who just fucking shield the fuck out of you, and like you end up just shielding the entire game. And I don't know. I've been playing a little. I got to get back into. I started playing Nick All Stars too. I'm such a fucking little kid, so it's like that game came out like the same week, and I actually fucking got nasty at that game. A little nasty.
I saw you playing it on Twitch, and like one of your streams, you had music blasting so loud that I just left. I was like, I can't. Like I don't. What am I? Am I here for the music? Or am I here for the fucking gameplay? Like you had some crazy ass music playing. I just couldn't hear shit, dude. I just passed out. I was like, this guy must be drunk or something while playing this game.
That game is actually so sick, dude. It's like Smash, but it has like an air dash, and like I don't know, all the inputs like the wave dash is way more lenient than melee, so it's like you can do all the crazy tech shit within like an hour of playing. And I don't
How
know.
much did it cost? Is it worth the money? Tell me.
I don't think so. It's not finished. It's $40. So I think the gameplay mechanics are all there, but like everything around it, like the menus, like the online is jank sometimes as fuck. Like it's horrible rollback. But I like it. Like I'm honestly gonna enter like online tournament for it this week because I'll go on win streaks of like 20. I feel like I'm fucking people up pretty well, but I gotta.
I mean, who the hell's playing this game though? Is it just people with
Nobody.
like
It's
no
just little
fighting game
kids.
backgrounds? Like I feel like people would just see that on the Steam homepage, just say, "Oh, cool, fucking Nickelodeon, let's play this."
I think that's the majority of the people I'm beating because like they just don't know what the fuck's going on. Like we'll just try to recover and I'll spike them down. Like I go all the way off stage to like spike someone and then they just like fucking alt F4. So I don't know. It's pretty fun. I gotta stop playing. I'm gonna start playing Tekken. I played Tekken today and yesterday. I played Jack. I actually can do Jack's. I'm not see with Shaheen, dude. Another thing, I don't know his season 4 combos, and I've not put the time in.
Dude, all you gotta do is YouTube and then Google that shit.
Yeah, no, I just gotta do it.
Combos.
Yeah, I'm playing Jack. He's pretty cool. I like Jack.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know who your character is, dude, but I think Shaheen's all right. Nobody's playing him right now. I don't know if he sucks or something, but I see everybody like all these Shaheen players. They moved on to someone else, right?
I don't know who Lil High is playing. I haven't gone to his YouTube in a while. I should probably check his YouTube. What isn't he in some Is he looking in some scandal or some shit? I didn't read it because I was like, this is some Korean shit.
Lil High?
I don't know. There's someone who did some shit and like, never mind. If you don't know about it, then I don't know about it. But yeah. He's not. You're right. He's not playing Shaheen. I'm on his YouTube right now.
No, he's playing mostly Steve, I think.
Yeah, I see that.
I mean, there's a handful of Shaheen mains. I don't know where they went to though, but I feel like nobody's playing him anymore. I don't know why. I don't think he got nerfed or anything, right? I really did not keep up with that character.
The only thing I remember is that the down 3 into sand step and recovery, it was like less. Like it was less safe or whatever. That's the only thing they did. Like they adjusted it by like a frame or something like that. Yeah. I think you can get like I don't know how it actually works. I think you can get hit out of it.
So I thought you wanted to get into a new character when you start playing Tekken again. Or are you going back to Jack?
Yeah, I did. But dude, that's just so much work, man. So when I got on yesterday and today, I just played Jack. Dude, Jack is. I mean, once you get in the rhythm of just mixing people the fuck up, he's so fun. But it's like you can't do that to actually good players. So.
I mean, you can, but you have to be a step ahead of everyone. Like if it's kind of obvious what a Jack player wants to do, you want to duck against them, and then you get down forward 2. Right, that's kind of the idea. You just get poked the hell out until you duck, and then you get launched, or you run into those down forward 2s. It's pretty much all around the down forward 2, but you also, you just gotta. I don't know. It's a very annoying character. I feel like when he works, it's pretty dope because you get to bully people, but when he doesn't, it just takes like one low parry, and then you kind of like get scared of poking people with down back 1.
Yeah, it's tough when it feels like because he doesn't have a 10 frame jab or whatever. It feels annoying when you're getting stuffed or whatever. Or people are stuffing the fuck out of you.
You gotta be like willing to throw out that forward 2, like to challenge people. But yeah, I don't know. I'm used to jab characters, so I like them and all. Like it's not so bad. You have the standing 2, which is like what 11 or something. It's fast enough, I guess. But
yeah, forward 2.
Yeah, you can just spam jabs against a lot of people, dude. I think he's a good ass character. I don't know. You just gotta play him more.
So do you just stick with Steve or do you just pick Steve, Josie, or Armor King when you play?
I don't think Armor King's ever gonna be my tournament character. Like I might play him, but I don't think he's like if I had to bet, like how far can I get in a tournament? I'm not gonna be picking Armor King to do that. I'm probably gonna go Steve and against like I don't know, like a newbier player who I know can't handle like Josie. I'll just pick Josie.
For sure.
Yeah, it's a matchup thing. I feel like I can play Josie well, but if it's someone that that's just like really defensive and I just don't know how to open people up with Josie. I feel like I'm too obvious with their lows and stuff, so I don't know how to play her sometimes against like really defensive players, but against like certain characters that I just hate using Steve against, I'd rather just pick Josie.
For sure. Man, I feel like I think there's not much going on with Tekken. I watched like a Harada's bar video, and like he talked about the age of Tekken Tekken characters, like just stupid shit. Like he answered these questions. He probably had a bunch of other questions about the next game. He obviously is not going to answer.
Yeah.
So I think on Twitter, did you see someone was asking like, "Are these Tekken 8 leaks on 4chan true?" Did you see that?
I didn't see that. So what was it?
So basically, it is like a huge Tekken. So I didn't memorize what it said, but someone on 4chan was like, "This is what Tekken 8's going to be all about." You know, it's going to have a new system of like, I know. Basically, they said simplified systems. A lot of the newcomers in 7 aren't going to be there. Basically, it's just a bunch of bullshit stuff, not even worth stating.
Yeah.
And then some guy was like, "I hope this is not true, Harada." And Harada's like, what do you want me to say? Like anyone can make some shit up. I'm not gonna address like every bullshit thing that you find online. So nothing to that.
So he's for sure just keeping quiet. I don't know what they're planning on announcing, but one thing they've always done, they've never had like any of their announcements like leaked out, right? I feel like every time they have a big announcement, it always like stays under the radar and it like never gets leaked out. So I'm sure that they have something cooking up, dude.
Yeah,
I hope so.
I think that's Bandai Namco, because like even with the Smash game, because I think Bandai Namco develops a Smash game. Like I think Harada mentioned it. They have like each development team has like 3 different like access cards that they use to get to their workstation, and people are told information, or like anyone who's told new information are told like in groups. So it's like they can trace it back to that group if like a piece of information gets out, or something like that. And like usually if shit leaks, I remember for like it was like Smash Bros. Like there was promotional material that was like sent somewhere to print. Like that's the only reason. But yeah, they're amazing. They never get shit to leak.
I just saw the tweet that you're talking about, and the reply from Harada is, "Today I saw graffiti in a back alley that said, Ats Dubbin is planning to rob a bank. Is it true? Please stop doing such stupid things." And in quotes, and then he says, "It kills your life socially."
He's pretty funny. I was watching the Harada's bar. Like he brought in 2 cosplayers, like 2 sexy ass, like brought in Eliza and a Lily.
Wait, hold up. This Harada bar, it's like his podcast or something, right? Like, what is this shit again?
So basically, he gets like other developers or other prominent Japanese development people or some shit, and like, or it'll just be him by himself, and he'll talk about topics that people. So this show was a Q&A, so people mailed in letters or something like that, or emailed, and he answered all their questions. But like one time he talked to the director of the Smash Bros, Sakurai. He's talked to like a bunch of the people in the industry. I'm blanking on who, but it's kind of just a show where, I don't know, he shoots the shit. It's really nothing crazy ever comes out of it.
I just saw the 2 sexy cosplayers, Eliza and Lily.
Yeah, dude, it's like only 48 minutes, but they look pretty bored. Like they're just sitting there. But the Eliza looks, oh my gosh, she looks so cute.
She's just sitting in the background, like fucking showing her teeth or some shit, dude.
Yeah. The one thing I was gonna say is, fuck, what was I gonna say?
We gotta do that.
What? Go to a bar, Harada's bar,
hire strippers and just have them in the background.
Dude, that'd be pretty funny. Here's what I thought about. Ever go back offline, dude? You could just go on Craigslist and get like a dancer or whatever, dancers or some shit.
It's banned on Craigslist now, isn't it?
No, not like not have sex. Like actually hire dancers, right?
Oh.
And do like an entrance with dancers. But yeah, yeah. That's not allowed anymore.
I heard that shit got banned just because of sex trafficking.
You've been trafficking, yeah, for sure.
Fucking Craigslist, dude.
What was I gonna say though? I was gonna say some shit though. Fuck. I'm blanking right now. I'm gonna have to whatever. Just keep move on.
No worries.
But so it was pretty cool. Harada's bar. Like he gets like questions from people like, wow, I really hate my job. Do you think I should quit? And I was like, damn, that's like a fucking. And then Harada's like, well, like don't quit unless you have money saved up or if you have another job lined up. And it's like just like being straight up with the people. And like some guy was like, I always procrastinate at work. So it's like, I don't know, it's like young professional type questions too. So it's pretty cool.
Yeah. I feel like people do that to streamers. That's like the weirdest thing. I mean, I don't know. I know you stream, but you're not like a full-time streamer, so I don't think you see a bunch of weird shit. But like, have you seen how people like they just open up like on a stream chat and just talk about like the shit's going on in their life and all that? Like, have you ever seen that shit when people just kind of like say like, oh, what's the point of doing this? Or what's the point of trying? What's the point of this? I saw that shit on Twitter. How people are just like some people just ball out on fucking Twitch chat and just they're acting like it's a like therapy session or something. And I don't know. I don't know how to react to those people. Like if I was put in that situation, I don't think I would take them too seriously. But even though it is a serious topic to some people, like it's just on Twitch chat, I just would not take that shit serious. But I just don't feel like that's like the place to be, like asking those questions. I feel that's something you got to do
Yeah.
in person. You can't be doing that shit online, dude.
Yeah, I think Eris is funny because whenever people ask him questions, like he just fucking just makes fun of them. It's like always
Let it
hilarious.
down. I mean,
Yeah,
it's probably the best thing to do. I mean, if not, you have to act like you know this person and act like you care. Like
yeah,
that takes so much effort, dude. Fuck that. I mean, I don't know.
yeah.
I've
Anyway,
seen so much of that online, but
I was thinking about that because, dude, my job, fucking man, I liked. So when I first got to my job, I was like, hey, I've been here for 2 weeks. It's pretty cool because it was quiet. I have my own office. It's pretty nice, but it's like, man, like this job is so fucking boring. It's gotten to the point where it's like I can't look at my phone all day and look at Twitter all day. Like I have to save that shit for when I get home. So it's like,
yeah. I mean, dude, eventually you run
so
out
I
of things to look at on Twitter too, anyways.
yeah, and like you run out of shit to look at anywhere on any website. So I feel like my last job is a little more interesting, like hour to hour. This job is like,
Yeah.
holy shit, I'm done with everything I need to do for the rest of the day, like by 10 o'clock. But I never tell anyone that.
Really?
It's like you got to keep that shit to yourself because
Yeah.
you got to make it seem like it takes the max amount of time because if you're government, you're gonna get paid. So, or you know
Right.
what I mean. There's no
Yeah.
reason for it to take or be quick about it and add more to your plate. So,
Yeah.
yeah, dude,
Uh,
man. I don't know, man. I feel like I gotta switch it up already within like the next 6 months. I
yeah.
gotta fucking.
Do you
I
plan
don't know,
on
man.
doing that? Like getting out of Hawaii already?
Yeah, I mean, dude, it's pretty cool. I've already kind of gone around the island. I have a camera with a bunch of pictures that I want to upload to
Yeah.
Instagram and shit. So I've kind of like explored a lot of the places. But I can't see myself like living here like I guess 2 years from now.
Well, what
It's
is it like?
probably
What do you need? Like I guess like what does it for you, or what doesn't it do for you? Like living in Hawaii?
I don't know. I think it's just my job, dude. I'm just so bored.
Oh,
I feel
really?
like the idea of doing my job for like the next, and I know I've kind of
Right.
told you like, yeah, get in this field and stuff like that, but that's just me
Right.
after doing it for 6 years talking. It's more just like the idea of like, man, doing this for the next 30 years. Holy shit. I just want to put a gun in
Yeah.
my mouth. Like, it's not like,
I mean,
I
dude,
don't
you
know.
you make good money. Why don't you like do something with that money instead of just putting it in the bank? I mean, do something with it. Like try and I don't know, make a business or something out of your money.
I don't know. I guess I don't have any other, I can't think of any other passions. I think the one cool job that would be cool. Oh man, I don't want to talk about it, but dude, working on World of Warcraft vanilla is like the only cool job I can think of. And that's like not even like, dude, that's not even like an option. It's just more like I can't think of what kind of job that I would want to do. But I'm not gonna get out of like, I don't know, my retirement is set up and things like that. I'm just gonna
Right.
keep trucking. But it's more like,
Yeah.
man, like people who work their whole lives, man, I have respect for them. It's like the shit sucks. It's really fucking lame, dude.
Yeah, I think, and I'm pretty sure you're not like the only one who feels this way. But at least you're not
Yeah.
stuck in a job that does not pay that well, and
Yeah, it could be worse.
yeah, it could honestly be way worse. Some people are saying the same shit you're saying, but with a much shittier job and a much
Yeah.
shittier situation where they can't like really just leave. They're kind of like
Yeah.
you get stuck, right? But yeah,
I think
I had this conversation with a buddy of mine. Like we're both trying to figure out like some type of like online business or something. Like we're trying to figure something out, and he just came up with this idea. Like he has this friend who has a company in TJ, and they make the pallets for shipping. You know what I'm talking about?
yeah, or pallets.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, like they make them, and he usually sells it to companies in Mexico. But my friend had the idea of making a company here and taking that guy's business and moving it up here, and he wanted to like get me involved in that.
Wait, they make
And
pallets? They make
yeah, they
pallets?
make pallets, and that
Are
friend
they
of mine, or
wood or plastic?
wood. And this buddy, like his friend has had this company. Okay, I think his family has had this company for shit ton of years. So they're passing it on to him, obviously, and that dude's making bank. He's making like 10 grand a week, dude.
Damn, selling pallets.
Yeah, yeah, and he's
How
also
does he get the wood? Does he just like go and get it from wherever?
I don't. I don't know details yet. I don't know details about the where they actually get all their materials from and everything. But like that guy, I met him before, and that guy makes a shit ton of money, dude. And like the thing is, he was born into this shit, right? He's born into like a family company, which is not common for everyone, but
Yeah,
like he got that, so which is pretty dope. But my friend had the idea of just getting that like his business and moving it out here to to the U.S. and trying to because he's can't cross, right? He's Mexican like by nationality, his friend. So my friend wanted to do that, just do that for him, and he wanted to get me involved in that too. But
that's pretty cool.
that's cool. So,
I heard lumber was like more expensive since the pandemic, but
right?
if you can, yeah,
Yeah. I
sounds
mean, it's
dope.
not like it's not something they just started. Like I said, they've been doing this for a long ass time now. So yeah,
Right.
I heard that a lot of that went up in price too. But I don't know. I'm mentioning it because you're mentioning the whole working for the rest of your life sucks. But it's yeah, you probably have to figure out something like that. Try and make a I don't know, come up with a business idea or something. Because who the hell wants
You
to
know,
be working until their 60s, right? Like that sounds like fucking hell.
that's
But
most people. That's everyone now these
yeah,
days. There's people. I saw a video the other night. It was like 89-year-old pizza delivery driver for like DoorDash. It's like dude, that's just the reality.
yeah,
It's fucked up. You gotta save.
yeah,
You gotta save so aggressively.
yeah.
It's
Well,
insane.
I don't think like if I got once I'm really old, I don't think I just want to be sitting in my house all day. Like I think I would probably get some shitty easy job just to interact with people, right? Because I
Right.
mean, like I have family like really old uncles or even like my from like my dad's side, he also has a lot of really old uncles, and they just seem like they don't all they really look forward to is fucking breakfast and dinner. Like that's
Oh my
not
god.
that hype. They have like no tasks. Like what do you do? What do you do tomorrow? You don't do shit. What do you do on Wednesday? Nothing. It's like it's just the same shit every day. Like I don't think I'd want that. I think I'd probably be okay with just working the cashier somewhere. Like if I'm like that old and I just got nothing to do or something. Come up with a hobby or something. But
I think old people are see that's what old people do now because they literally can't do shit. But I think when we're
right,
old, video games are gonna be
yeah,
like I
accessible
think I think it's
to
just
the
gonna be
elderly.
like yeah, they'll make video games for like elderly people. Like
Yeah,
that'll be like a whole market. Like, it won't be
yeah,
anything nuts, and it'll be VR, and I don't know, it'll be
yeah.
fucking sick.
VR, dude, as an old man, that'd probably be fucking dope.
Like they're saying, like retirement homes, like in 30 years, it's gonna have like consoles, rigs, everything.
Fuck yeah, dude.
So,
I'd be looking forward to that shit.
yeah. What was I gonna say? But fucking, like what was I gonna say? Like retirement savings and shit like that. Like just the
Yeah.
other day, I learned like I have to transfer all my like retirement savings into a different type of account to like get more and shit like that. All
Right.
that shit's like I don't know if you don't do it early, like it's just depressing. It's like you setting up funds that you can't touch for like 30 years. It's like
Yeah. Why don't you
I
just
don't
get
know, man.
into real estate?
Because I don't know, everything's so fucking crazy right now. I can't afford anything. I'd have
Yeah.
to get like a
Well, I
first.
mean, yeah, maybe not now, but I'm saying like for the long run, because you mentioned you don't want to be working forever. But I mean, like, why don't you do that like later on, like once you save up money and everything? Why don't you get involved in something like that?
Like buy a house or whatever.
Yeah, properties and just rent shit out.
Yeah, I mean, see, yeah, I should probably do more with my money than what I'm currently doing. But
Yeah. Yeah, because you
see,
once mentioned it to me. You're just kind of like saving it up, which is cool and everything. Yeah, you want to save up money and all, but like if you don't want to be working forever, you got to do something with it. I mean, I don't know.
our for the government, like it's called thrift savings account. It's pretty like
Yeah,
it's like the best. Like the people in Congress also have the same savings account. Like pretty much
yeah.
they match. I get matched like a ton of money, like free money. I think it's like up to I want to say up to like 16% of my income. Like they'll
Yeah,
match, and then they put it into a stock market kind of fund. So it'll like
yeah.
it's basically like mine. Like the past 2 years, it's already like at almost 100K. It's like insane.
Damn.
Just from like the type of stock thing that it's in,
Yeah. Do you
like the
ever do it
saving
on your
rate.
own? Do you get involved in stocks and all that?
Yeah, so I have Tesla stock, so that's just been bumping.
Oh, really?
So yeah, I mean, I have like a bunch of just random stocks, ones like safe ones. Like I looked at a list like a couple years ago and just put like 200 in each of them. So I'm not like crazy or anything like that. I think like my whole Fidelity app or whatever is like probably $2,000 or some shit like that.
Yeah.
Nothing crazy. And it goes up and down. I'm not gonna take that out or anything.
Yeah, yeah. Did you ever get involved in like crypto and all that shit like early on?
I did sometimes. I got Dogecoin, and then like I made like I made like $150, and then like I sold it, and it's like, dude, I'm not touching that shit anymore. It's so fucking cringe.
Yeah,
So
I
I'm
got
out
into
on
that
that.
shit like a couple years back. I think back when Ethereum was only like a couple $100, like
Oh damn, that's
$110.
depressing. Isn't it like
Uh
7,000 now?
I don't even want to fucking know, dude. Thing
Yeah,
is, like
that's
back then, like Bitcoin was so high that it made no sense for me to get involved into Bitcoin, right? Like owning like 0.001% of a Bitcoin just seemed like pretty stupid. So I bought, I think, like 3 Ethereums, and they were $100. And then 2 weeks later, they went
damn.
up to 300 each. And then I was researching on XRP, on Ripple, and it was still kind of like low key back then, and it was kind of hard to buy. You couldn't buy it directly. You had to like transfer it from like one cryptocurrency into Ripple. So I found the website that would do it. So I grabbed my Ethereum, and then I converted that into Ripple. And then sure enough, fucking Ripple goes up to like $3, and I had around, I think, 1,000 and like 100 ripples, right? So it went up to $3 each, and I thought, holy shit! So like, if this ends up going up to, maybe like, I don't know, 10, or eventually like to hundreds, like that's some good ass money, right? And then of course, when I fucking thought about that shit, it went from $3 and it crashed down to like 70 cents because everyone dumped it, right? And I just ended up holding on to it. I mean, thankfully, I didn't really lose out on anything. I think right now it's like around $1 or something. I don't even look at it, to be honest. I try to avoid it. I'm keeping it for as long as I can. But like, I if I would have sold it back then, like I just thought like $3,000 is really like nothing, right? Like it's not like you can just sit back on 3K. That shit, it's really not that much money. So I just wanted to hold it, until it actually became something big. But yeah, and then I kind of, after that, I just really stopped looking at crypto. I heard all about Dogecoin and all that shit, but I'm like, what does it even fucking do? Like, what does Dogecoin even fucking do? Like, what's it for? No, just a meme coin. And that doesn't convince me. Like, I don't want to get involved in fucking memes as,
Yeah.
crypto. But
You know what's crazy? Fucking my
Mm.
physical video game collection has been jumped fucking crazy like in price. Like my PS2 collection, like right now, so many people are buying PS2 games, like their favorite games as a kid and shit like that. So
yeah.
like my copy of Guitaru Man, I want to look this up now. But I remember I have a copy of Guitaru Man complete. Shit, my bad. Fuck, I muted myself. I'm an idiot. But I was gonna say, dude, fucking these games are fucking nuts. Basically, like everyone's trying to recreate their childhood and like get games that they had when they were a kid. So
Hmm.
I need to log all my games into like this database, and it'll go to it'll go to eBay and like Amazon, all the vendors that sell like that
Yeah.
PS2 game, and it'll give you like an average price that you can get for it. But dude, my collection is, if I sold it, I could probably get like 10 grand. It's fucking nuts.
I
So
think so.
yeah, because like, dude, I have
Damn.
like I have some games that are like some really good games. I have like NES games in their box still. I have like,
Are you
I don't
serious?
know, PS1 games. Like I
Yeah.
probably have like 400, 500 games that are
Yeah. I
in
went
good
to.
condition.
I think Luna Video Games still sells like retro stuff, right? It's like one of the few stores that does that shit. Are they still open? I don't
Yeah,
even know if they are.
yeah, I've been there. Yeah, I've been there. I went there to look around. They're just. It sucks going to these shops. Like you have to go to someone who doesn't know what they have these days, because everyone can just pull out their phone and be like, "Well, eBay says this is worth this much," and it's like, okay,
Right.
well, I guess that's what it's worth.
Yeah.
But
I bought a
yeah.
Super Nintendo back in like 2006 from them, and I bought Killer Instinct. Just the staples, right? Like the Super Mario games and shit. But
See, that was a good time to get a Super Nintendo. Now it's like a fucked up time to get a Super Nintendo.
yeah, it's somewhere in my closet. I think the power adapter got fucked up, but I still have everything else. I have a bunch of different games too. But yeah, they sold that shit to me for like $100, dude. The console. I think it
Oh,
got
okay,
ripped off.
that's a rip off. In 2006, that's definitely a rip off.
Yeah, and
Yeah,
that
Luna
shit's
video
broke.
games. I fucking hate mom and pop game shops. I just rather buy individually online. Like I hate. I don't know. But what am I gonna say? Oh yeah, dude. So freaking. Are you still working out? How's fitness? Let's just talk about fitness. And I guess we can just wrap this up.
Oh
We
yeah,
got a
dude.
short episode
You,
today.
you, you keep telling me that you're working out every day, and you never mention
Yeah,
it.
I
So I
fuck.
don't know if you're
Yeah,
bullshitting me or not, dude. Are you?
yeah. So I haven't been going in a while. I'm fucking. I bought Oreos today. I bought like
Fuck
the
yeah,
chocolate peanut butter pie Oreos. They're so fucking good, dude. Oh my god.
protein cookies, dude.
But yeah. So,
Yeah.
but I was gonna say I have a scheme to start working out. So
What is it?
World of Warcraft, they announced a new vanilla season. So I decided if I play on that server, so it's called Season of Mastery, right?
Okay.
So they're gonna. So it's basically like what old school RuneScape does at this point. I think. Do they do seasons or no? Like a server
No,
where
they
everything.
don't.
Okay.
Like
So
where
basically,
resets you mean or something, or like,
yeah,
what are you talking about? Oh, they
yeah.
have this thing called Deadman mode, which is like a PvP type. It's kind of like a seasonal thing, but it's really like once a year, and it's you pretty much have a fresh new account, and all like the XP is like times 10, and the end goal is kind of like it's like a battle royale at the end. You just everyone gets kind of like close into the circle, and you're fucking each other up, and then the last 64 players, I think, actually do like 1v1s, and then it's an actual like 1v1 tournament all the way to the end.
Wait, is it one life? You have one life?
So the way it works throughout the whole season, it'll be like a month, right? It'll be like a month worth of the game, and like if you die, you lose your entire bank, and like if somebody kills you, you get a key. So like the whole game is like PvP, except like in like the banks and like the safe areas, but it's, I guess, kind of similar. It fucking sucks. I never played it. I always hear there's like a bunch of. I just watch the tournament like when they actually do 1v1s, and there's always like a bunch of like issues with like the servers crashing and everything, and people getting like disconnected, and then like if you get disconnected, like that's it. Like during the 1v1s, like you're out. There's no you can't
Damn.
relog in. Yeah, it's a shit show. I never played it, but it's like the only thing we have overall. The games. I mean, I stopped playing because the game fucking sucks now. There's nothing to really do on there anymore, dude. Venezuelans
So,
took that shit over too.
so I was gonna say like so basically Blizzard they're making a fresh reset for vanilla, like the game from 2004, like the non-expansions or whatever. So they're
Yeah.
gonna make a new server where it's 40% increased experience from quests. And what was I gonna say? The server's only 12 months, so usually it's 21 months.
Mhm.
Is how long it takes. Is how long it like the last one was, and originally it's like about 21,
Yeah.
22 months. So it's gonna be like accelerated timeline. But like the coolest thing is that there's a mode where like if you die once, you lose like an indicator saying you've died, right?
Yeah, yeah.
So
Oh, okay, yeah,
basically,
yeah, I know what you
yeah,
mean.
so it's like a hardcore mode. So basically,
Yeah,
I'm gonna
yeah, they have
play.
that on RuneScape too.
Yeah, so basically, you can't die. So it's fucking harder than it seems. So I'm gonna play, and then my rule for like the only reason or the only way I could play WoW is if I worked out that day. If I didn't work out, I can't play.
Okay,
So I
okay,
think
but
if I
hold
do
up.
that, you think that's a bad idea? I think that's like a fucking genius idea.
No, 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 I'm saying, but what are we gonna consider a workout, you know?
Oh, go to the gym and do my workout for
Okay.
that day. If it's biceps and back day, have a good
Yeah,
workout. Run that day as well. I always do cardio when I go to the gym. So
okay,
back, biceps. So that's just gonna be like all my curls, dumbbell curls,
okay,
bar curls, hammer
okay,
curls, and
okay.
things like that. And then I go do my back stuff, which is like lat pull down, and then I
I
do
mean,
the.
I like the idea, but the thing is, like, no one's gonna hold you accountable other than
Oh
you,
no, me, yeah, yeah. See, my
and
whole thing is I'm horrified at the fact that like so they said when they said, oh, it's a 12-month season in my so I on the forums I'm typing 12 months, what the fuck, that's too short. In my head it's like, dude, in 12 months I could transfer my body, like what the fuck are you saying?
I
Because I
lost 40
yeah
fucking pounds in 12 months, dude.
yeah you said, so I saw you tweet, you said your neighbor was like wanting soliciting you
Yeah,
for sex, like what the fuck, can you explain
yeah.
what that tweet was about? You said your neighbor
Um,
came out and said, hey cholo or whatever, some shit. It said some
yeah, Cholo, dude. You want to have sex? That's my neighbor, dude.
you gotta have sex. The fuck you said that.
No, I was on my way to the park, and this is the park that I started like running back when the pandemic first hit. So I started working out at this park because you know how everybody was just like in full panic, so all the streets were empty, like there's nobody outside. And I guess this fucking creep ass thing was just looking at me through the window every fucking day, you know. So he I was walking by his house, and then he's like, hey, like, he's like, weren't you the one that was running here like a couple like last year? And I was like, yeah. And then he's like, wow, you changed. I'm like, yeah, I've been running like in this park for about a year. And he kept pointing at my fucking gut, seeing that it's like
Oh
I've
god.
lost it,
Old,
He's
dude, old people are. Was he old? Was it an old person?
55. Is that old? I don't know.
I'll say no. All right, continue.
It's young old, right? Yeah, but he kept pointing at my gut and saying like he's like, wow, like it's you had he just kept saying bigger, bigger. It's like an Asian dude, right? Old Asian dude. I'm like, I'm like, yeah. I lost a lot of my stomach, and he's like,
Before
oh.
you look like Buddha, now
Like,
you
yeah,
look skinny.
Yeah, and then he just kept he just started talking to me about how I guess he's also like into like he's really like he really takes care of himself, right? Like he mentions how he avoids like sugars, especially like drinks and shit like that. Like he doesn't drink like sodas and all that kind of stuff. And I just mentioned to him like the things that I kind of like let go of in my diet because I used to eat a lot of trash, but like often. That was kind of like the problem. I used to eat just junk food, but on the regular, like maybe once a day or maybe once even twice a day sometimes. And I told him like I never changed my diet. Like I was never interested in and having to eat like only salads and cutting off this and cutting off that. I'm like realistically I want to live eating the things that I want to eat, but in a way that's it's not gonna fucking hurt me, right? Like I don't want to be obese and shit and just eat whatever I want. Like I want to still be able to do things and be somewhat athletic, right? Like when you have one fucking
Yeah,
body, might as well take care of it. And so I never changed up my diet. I just kind of I guess I just did more portion control. I was eating like 3 or 4 like meals a day, like full meals, just
because
a full
because of
plate.
your yeah, because of the plate size, right?
Yeah, like just straight up like 3 or 4 meals a day, and I mean now I just eat like one like main course, and then the rest is just kind of like like fruits or you know sides and shit. Like every now and then I'll get I'll eat like lunch with friends and then dinner or something, but overall it's I only have like one big meal a day, and I don't like I don't really feel like eating more anymore. Like I still have the like cravings like I did before, like that's one thing that it's obviously like I don't know if it's ever gonna change, but I've always enjoyed eating, like and whenever I get
Yeah,
cravings, like I want to eat a lot. I just can't do it anymore. Like I get full a lot easier now, which is good thing. But
that's
yeah,
good.
it was kind of cool just seeing like seeing that guy and like him noticing, right? Like it's been a year. Like a year seems like a long time, but it's honestly like it's not, right? Like if
Yeah,
we've all done this shit. Like when New Year's hits and when we make those resolutions and we say, "Oh, I'm gonna lose weight or I'm gonna start working out and all this shit," and then you don't do it, and then a couple months pass by. It's March, and you're like, "Where would I been if I would have kept up with this
right.
from the beginning of the year till now?" It flies by, dude. So that's why, like I mentioned, that I'm glad that I started. And I'm glad that I never quit because it's easy to start, but it's like to maintain it. That's the hardest part. It's if you can do it, consistently. That's really all it is. It's just consistency. I wasn't doing some crazy ass workout. Like what I'm doing is just a light jog. Like I'm not going for any world records. I'm going at a speed that's maintainable and or sustainable. And I don't like I don't know. I don't hate it. I don't feel like I don't feel like I have to really force myself to get up and go out for that run. I do it.
That's pretty good.
Yeah, like it's I don't know. I enjoy it, which is kind of weird to say because I never fucking liked running, dude. Running sucks. If you don't run and you just start running today, it sucks. Everything hurts, your breathing and
Yeah,
everything. It feels like hell. But like now when I jog, like I'm going at a pace where like I can actually enjoy the music. Like the music is not pushing me, it's not motivating me, but it's like I can actually like listen to like lyrics and just focus. Like and it's something that I like I enjoy doing now. I don't know how else to say it, but it's cool. I'm glad that I'm still going through with it.
that's pretty good. And then at the gym that you work out at, you lift weights, I'm sure, right?
I haven't been doing weights. I just mainly did I just do the Muay Thai classes, which is mostly cardio. Every now and then we do like we hold like light weights in our hands and we do like like exercises with them, but I haven't been lifting, which is like what I need to start doing. I just fuck, it's just so hard to do everything. Like I have to give up like a Muay Thai class to go lift or one or the other. I can't do everything in one day. I find that shit way too, I don't know, too time consuming and just, I don't know, too taxing, I guess. I don't know.
Dude, as far as food goes, man, I feel like my these two foods weren't around, I'd be like 100 pounds. There's
What?
no such thing as beer or kettle chips. That's like my two weaknesses.
Jalapeno kettle chips, dude.
Yeah, I could demolish a bag of those in like a second. Like,
Yeah, dude. I go to Ralph's and I pass by that fucking chip section and I'm like, fuck, dude. There's a few chips that I love, and it's mostly the kettle jalapeno chips are like my main ones, but I think Lay's has one. And there's this weird ass like circus fucking brand looking shit. I don't even know what brand it is, but they also have a jalapeno flavor, and I also love
it's just
getting
called
those.
kettle, right? The one that's a
Yeah, they
big
just say
green bag.
kettle. Yeah, but this one that just it's a weird ass brand. I don't even know what brand it is. I know they're bomb, and man, like it's very dangerous go passing by that section, dude. Then right next to it is all the gummy worms and shit, which I love too. But yeah, I mean, I don't know. I don't know if that was really ever my issue with like the snacks. It was mostly like just like actual food, like meals. That's the one thing that that got me really fat. And yeah, like I just can't. I don't know. I'm not going back to that shit anymore, dude. Like I'm glad that I I put in that effort and got through like the hardest part, which is like the first couple months, and now it's just like even if I go like let's say a week without without that run, like when I go back to it, I can still do it fine. Like I don't feel like I'm really out of shape, you know? It's
Right.
yeah.
Yeah, dude. Freaking in college, man. When my first year of, or no, this is probably my sophomore year when I went
Yeah.
away to college, like moved to college. I was like 130 pounds, and like, dude,
How tall are you?
at that time I was probably the same height, like 5'9", 5'10".
Yeah. I mean right now
Not
you're
anything.
like 5'9", right? I think we're on the same height.
Yeah, I think I'm like 5'9" if I had to guess. I don't know
Yeah.
how tall I am, but I'm not gonna say I'm 5'11".
Yeah, I'm five
But
nine and that's not that tall, but
yeah. So what was I gonna say?
you're
Yeah,
110?
130,
130?
130.
My bad.
Yeah,
What
dude,
do you weigh right
freaking.
now?
Oh man, I'll probably like yeah, I don't have a scale with me, but if I had to guess, probably like
Yeah.
205, 210, somewhere in that neighborhood.
Yeah. Okay,
So we
that's
gotta
when I
fix that.
started last year, dude. So
Yeah,
yeah,
you
dude.
gotta remember Cody. Did you see that picture Cody posted on Twitter
Which
of
one?
me next to Javi? Like when I like this is 2016, just looking
Yeah.
fat as shit, and I was like, oh my
Oh,
god. And I was gonna give Cody my Ring Fit adventure like that week. I was gonna go over to his house and
yeah.
give him my ring. And then as soon as I saw that picture, I'm like, dude, I'm going back to that like right now. So I'm gonna keep the Ring Fit adventure. So I'm gonna start using that shit too. So
Yeah. I mean, dude, I don't know. I just I guess now that I've really got into like just being a bit more healthy, like I don't I keep always telling people, always tell people to, get involved too. Just go out and do something, dude. Like it's just it's so easy to just not do it, like it's either I go home and play for an extra hour or I work out for an hour and then play.
and you always feel better after a workout. There's like
Yeah,
never
dude.
there's never a time where you work out. It's like, damn, I fucking regret working out. It's always
No.
like you're always in a good mood. Like, okay, now I can
Yeah,
go shower and chill. It's
yeah,
always there's like no downside. Yet my brain never wants to like. But here's the thing: my schedule, the way it works, I have to do it in the morning. Like I have to. My
yeah.
gym is at work, so I'd
Mhm.
have to get there at like 4, like start my
Yeah,
workout at 4. So kind of blow. There's probably start my workout at 5. I mean,
yeah. You told me you were in cross country, right? In high school or some shit or college?
yeah. So I can run hella far. So
What's like the longest distance you ever ran?
oh man. I mean, probably not a marathon's length, but probably like 17 miles, something like that.
Damn, are you serious? That was one of the goals that I had in mind. Like, I don't think I'll do this like this year or anything, but I want to eventually run a marathon just to see if I can do it.
Oh yeah, dude. That was also one of my goals too. Marathons are fucking tight. 5Ks, dude. 5Ks are way more popular. You could probably find one of those.
Yeah,
Doesn't San Diego have a 5K?
they have a bunch. When I looked up the runs in San Diego, they had like a bunch of different distances and stuff. I just haven't signed up to any, but
That
it'd
one's
be
easy.
cool.
That's just
Dude,
3 miles.
we should do that shit, man. We should do that shit
That's a good
for
goal.
the
Yeah.
podcast, dude. Sign up for some like 5Ks or whatever, and then just work our way up and see how much we can do. Yeah, that's the thing. Like,
Yeah.
I think if you want to like get back into doing all that shit, like we can do it, together, and then just keep everybody updated and see how the progress is and everything. But I'd be down to do it.
Yeah. Dude, that's pretty dope. I remember like when I did the cross country, I think it's like usually like the max it's like 7.5 miles. So yeah. I
Yeah,
think that marathon's actually insane. That's like 21, right?
26.2, I
Yeah,
believe.
26.2. Sorry. Yeah. Dude,
That's a
that's
lot.
insane.
Yeah, my runs, like when I go out for my run, it's 4 miles. So
That's pretty good.
26,
That's
26
pretty
is
good.
fucking
Yeah.
way out there, dude.
Yeah. I remember like sometimes like okay, so I remember like the time I ran like 17 miles, like
Right.
I remember like, by like mile 12, it hurts, and then mile 13 is like, okay, I'm in heaven, the runner's high,
Yeah.
second wind, all that shit's real. The second wind is probably the most
Yeah.
glorious thing like ever. It's
Yeah.
like I never knew, like I remember in Kingdom Hearts there was a talent called like second wind, and it was like you get all your health back, I think, after you died.
Yeah.
And then I was like, oh, that's weird. I don't know what second wind means. Start running and like, oh my god, dude,
That's what it is.
exactly what happens. Yeah, it's fucking
Yeah,
crazy.
back in high school, I had this teacher that was into running, and she mentioned that like after a certain distance, that you just don't feel the fatigue or the pain anymore, and that was
It's just
back
a
when I
rush.
yeah she mentioned it, and I mean I didn't believe that shit back then. I had never really ran a mile straight, so to me that was all bullshit. But I mean I'm sure it's fucking true, man. I've never done it, but I've always I don't know I've always wanted to do that marathon one day. You know, I'll work my way up to it though. I'm not crazy to just jump straight into it and destroy my body.
Yeah, I think like East African people have like we have shit in our fucking like what's it called, calves. There's something I read. There's like some science thing that lets us run longer or some shit, like a racial ability or some shit. And I swear to God, it's a real thing. Like my calves can't get super massive. Like they can't get too big, and
Yeah.
I always try to work them out. But I heard the reason for that is because like some like Ethiopian Somali people like just have just a stretchy muscle thing that is more
Mhm.
conducive to running and I don't know, not bulking up. I don't know. But yeah,
I don't
I have to start hardcore working out. Yeah.
Yeah, all I know is that I have like shitty hips. I don't know. I think it's from my mother's side. I don't know who the hell gave me these fucking things, but they pop whenever I move it past a
Damn,
certain
you're
rate.
getting old.
No, they've always popped. They popped when
Oh,
I
okay.
was, young too. And like when I'm doing like when I'm in the Muay Thai classes and we're doing the stretches, like I warm up before we do the stretches in actual class. Like I'm there like 15 minutes early just to warm up for the warm up because I know I need to like really like stretch out my hips. But when I do like when I have to kick really high, like a high kick, my hips pop. I don't know why I get that. It's like really uncomfortable sometimes when we have to hold like a position. You have to like kind of throw a kick and then hold it in position like that.
And it
Hurts
hurts,
like
right?
yeah.
Yeah.
And I've told my coach, but he's Russian, and he, every time I tell him, he just looks at me like I'm fucking weird or some shit. I'm like, why does my hip hurt when I do this? And he's just like, whoa, try stretching. I'm like, okay, that doesn't fucking do anything, but all right, I stretch
See,
all the time and it doesn't help. I don't know what's wrong with my hips, dude, but
there's a machine at the gym because so did I tell you about my right hip? I fucked it up. I told you this, right? Where
no,
I was like super drunk. I like moved back into my parents' like after college, and like I
yeah,
was drunk in my room, and there's the water. Like, I think I spilled water on the floor next to my bed, and I laid down, and then I had to get up, and I fucking slipped and did the splits. And I could
oh,
not do the splits,
oh,
so I was like, ah! I was like on the ground, and like from then on, my right hip has been like not fucked up, like but
yeah,
like sometimes when I do something, it's like oh I feel that.
yeah,
But there's a machine at the gym where you sit down in it,
yeah, like to give
and it
birth. I know what you're talking about.
yeah, and it's like literally. I always feel like I don't know. People, one of my friends made fun of me one time at the gym, like, "Oh, you're using that machine." I'm like, "Yeah, my right hip needs like rehab or something."
Yeah,
But that machine's like seems pretty legit. Like you just
yeah.
yeah, you just spread your legs. And,
Yeah, I've used it
yeah,
too. My brother said it was for bitches, and I don't know what he meant by that, dude. So he used to call me
yeah,
out on that back when when I was in middle school. He's like, "Why the fuck are you using that shit, you bitch?" I'm like,
yeah.
I didn't know what it was for, but I just, you open up your legs and it feels fucking weird, but it also feels good at the same time.
I'm probably like I can imagine myself being the person who's like because of that incident, like having hip replacement. Like when I'm 70, it's like it's fucked up.
Yeah, yeah, but I don't know. So something's up with my hips, dude. But I'm making it work. And I don't know. I just know that it's not gonna get any better with time, and especially if you don't use it, right? And there's no way it's gonna get any better. So I'm trying to figure out the problem. But that's one thing I haven't done. I haven't really been to a doctor or like gotten a checkup or some shit like that in like a
Yeah,
decade, dude.
dude, that's what life without insurance is like, man. I was definitely the same way. And even when I had like I have insurance now and I should go to the doctor and get a checkup, I still don't do it. It would
Yeah,
be free. I'm just still in that mindset of not having insurance my whole life.
yeah. Like
It's fucked.
you do you
It's
go
so
do you
expensive.
not go because of just like habit, or you just don't want to like
Just habit, and I should go now and get like my asshole checked out. Like I should
Yeah,
go and get the whole physical everything and find out
yeah,
like, hey, do I have like diabetes or something like that? Or I don't
right,
know. I should
yeah.
go. It would be like
Ah,
completely free if I went, but I don't know why I'm not.
yeah. Yeah, I need to. I mean, I need to do that. I can just go to TJ and just do it a lot cheaper out there. But
Yeah, I would definitely go. Dude, if I knew Spanish, I would go to TJ for everything. Like, I'm
you
trying
don't
to
need
get
to
like
learn
my
Spanish.
I want to get like all my teeth like super fixed. Like I
Yeah,
want to get a
you should
bunch of
do that,
shit.
dude.
Yeah, I think that's probably what I'm gonna do within the next 5 years is get fake teeth, or we'll see. I
Yeah,
don't know.
there's like the place where I do all my dental. It's right across the border. It's called I think the company's called the Washington Dental, and it's an American company.
In
And
Mexico,
yeah, and TJ, and everyone there.
President George Washington Dental
Hell
in
yeah, dude.
Tijuana.
Yeah, TJ, dude. That's where he was born. But they have like everyone there speaks English. You know.
Oh, that's pretty tight.
Yes, and they have a lot of hot chicks that work there too. Just kind of uncomfortable when you're fucking
They're
laying there
right
and
up
they're
on
cleaning.
you.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
they're cleaning your fucking, your dirty ass mouth and shit. And
Oh man, I
yeah,
remember I used to work at a Halloween. What's it called? Like what are they called? Like a haunted place. It was a theme park in
the
Minnesota called
trails.
Val. It's called Valley Fair, but they would convert the theme park into like
Mm.
scary shit, right? So I worked in
Yeah,
a haunted house where people would walk through and I'd jump out and have to scare them.
you
But I
son of a
remember
bitch.
every day before work, we had to do makeup, right? And we worked at the pirate place. So we'd get
Yeah,
like, Johnny Depp eyeliner and a bunch of shit like that. But I remember we had makeup girls and like, dude, they would put like their knee between like your legs and get right like about to kiss you and some shit. I know this sounds fucking lame, but I
damn,
remember
that's like
every
when you go
day.
to strip club, dude.
This is like when I was 16, but dude, oh my god, man, literally, I'd have to like bring something to put on my lap and shit like that, and like I don't know. Yeah, I can't do that. Like hot dental assistants. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know, but I mean, I've when I used to work at the mall at the border, I used to meet a lot of people who were all over the U.S. and they would just come down to Mexico just for the teeth, dude, because they knew how cheap it was, and they were all fucking gringos. I don't know how to speak Spanish, and they could get by, dude. That's the thing.
Yeah, I'm
TJ,
gonna have to
like they
do
need
that.
to. I mean, they need to level up because there's so much money for them if they can just have like Spanish speakers in their businesses. So yeah, you don't need to learn Spanish anymore, dude. You can get by.
That's pretty
And
cool.
yeah, I was gonna say, I remember back when I was working at Radio Shack, I had this friend there, well, my coworker there. He was into what do they call it? Like he was like a ghost hunter or some shit. I forget what they call themselves, but they go out and they try and find ghosts. You ever met
Right.
somebody who's into that shit, or you know what I'm talking about?
There's TV shows, Long Island Medium, and like,
Yeah,
yeah, I know what you're talking about. They're trying to speak with
yeah.
spirits.
Yeah. They had one. They had a show like that for like a Mexican version of that too, and it was pretty fucking stupid. But yeah, this guy, like he told me, he's like, hey, we're gonna go to Balboa Park, and both him and his girl, who was like a manager at a different Radio Shack in Chula Vista, she was also into that shit, and they were like, we're gonna go use this I think called like a ghost box, and supposedly, like, I guess like the spirits and shit, they speak in a frequency that our ears can't pick up or something like that, right? So it goes into this ghost box, it records it, and then you like convert it to like in the frequency to where you can hear it, and then they start like deciphering what the fuck they're hearing and shit.
Right.
And yeah, it was all new to me. I honestly, when they said, I was like, are you guys like playing a joke with me? Because I was a new guy, right? I was that 18-year-old at Radio Shack, and I thought they were fucking with me, and like they were just straight up serious. I'm like, okay, and like I ended up not going because I didn't fucking trust them, but they were into that shit. And I remember one time they had they showed me a video of one of their stores, and the TV was just turning on and off on their own, and they consider that like like a ghost is doing that type of shit. Like I thought it was dumb as fuck, but they were into that stuff, and they ended up inviting me to the haunted trails in Balboa, and like I'm a bitch when it comes to like horror and all that stuff. I Ever since I was a kid, I think like when I was like 12, 13, I stopped watching like horror films.
Right.
Like I don't know what happened. I don't know what movie did it for me, but I just honestly could not like deal with that shit. So and I didn't want to like let them know that, right? Like I was just keeping it to myself. I was like, yeah, I guess I'll go because everybody in the store was going. Like the manager and everybody got invited, so like everybody was going. So I didn't want to be the one guy to not go.
Oh
And
wait, so these people worked at the trails?
no, we were
Balboa
just
Trail.
going as like a group at Radio Shack, right? Because like I
Okay,
said, he
okay,
was
I got
all
you.
into they're all into that shit. So yeah, like I went, and dude, it was like the most embarrassing fucking night I've ever had in my whole life, dude. Like,
But you're just jumping like
yeah, like I was straight up, I was just yelling like crazy, and yeah, like just from the first jump scare, I was just like like I was just screaming, and and you worked in this shit, but like the moment somebody sees that, it's like they just fuck with you even more, right? Like if you show that you're actually scared, like you're fucked. And what I ended up
Yeah.
doing, I grabbed one of the coworkers, like he was a really like big fat dude. I just hugged him and I just started like telling him, just walk, dude, like please walk me through this fucking thing. And I started staring at the floor, and just holding onto his fucking shirt and walking forward because they kept like chasing me and shit, and I kept hearing them like right in my ears and shit. And I was freaking out, dude. I was so sweaty after that too. And then at the very end, they have a dude with a chainsaw, and then they turn that shit on and they just start like chasing you with it. Like I was
Oh
sprinting away
man.
from that guy, dude. Like it was honestly the most embarrassing fucking night ever, But ever since then, I never went back to the, the haunted trails in Balboa
Yeah.
Park. But
The chainsaw is like a fucking amazing gimmick.
yeah, the chainsaw with no chain on it, so it just I don't know. It was whack as fuck. But like ever since then, like I was like, I'm not going back to this shit ever again, dude. Like I can't even be seen. I can't even be seen at work anymore. But I don't know. That reminds me, dude. Do you have any like what was your first job? I've always been curious. Like, what was like your first
Oh,
your first job?
I worked in the mall at Orange Julius. You know what Orange
Orange
Julius is?
Julius? Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
Okay,
and like
well,
my boss is so corrupt. Like he took money out of our paychecks and shit. It was a horrible first job.
are you serious?
Yeah, and plus, so I gave drinks. So I remember I gave drinks away to like high school friends that would come sometimes. And one time I got caught, and they already took the money out of my paycheck. But my other shift manager came, was like, "Oh yeah, they didn't take the money out, so give me $40." And like
Dude,
they
I
doubled.
thought
I don't
that
know.
was
They were fucked
I
up.
thought that was like only in movies, dude, where like you fucking break a plate or something and they take it out of your paycheck.
Well, I mean, I was giving drinks away, so it's probably way worse.
Yeah. No,
But that was a
I
shit job. What
I
about
have
you?
this fucked up story, man. So my first job was at Radio Shack. Um, I remember when I got like the job interview, the manager asked me, he's like, "Hey, so have you ever sold the phone before?" And I was like, "No, I've never sold the phone, never had a job, right? It's my first one." So he's like, "Okay, do you know your phone in and out?" And I was like, I think so. Like I think I know everything about it, right? And then he just started asking me like all the nerd shit that I would never casually talk about, right? Like what are the
Yeah.
specs on your camera and all this stuff. And then he asked me he told me sell me your phone, right? And I tried selling him my phone and I totally like froze up and just did not know what to say. And then he ended up grabbing my phone and then just selling it to me and just made me look like a total, ass, right?
Oh my god.
And then I was like, hey, my bad, I'm sorry, dude, but I'm like, I told him I can learn. I've never done it before, but I can learn. And then like he had already in his head, he told me gonna hire me. He just wanted to, show me kind of like what the expectations were. So once, he made me look like an asshole and everything, but he ended up hiring me. And my first day, dude, my first day on the job, um, I remember this lady walked in, and this was like my first customer, right? She walked in with a kid, probably like a 10-year-old, and and then he told me, he's like, all right, just walk up to him and ask him, like, hey, like, how's it going? And like, welcome to Radio Shack or whatever. Like, is there anything I can help you with? Just a basic greeting and everything. And then she's like, oh yeah, I'm just I'm looking around and my kid wanted like some headphones or something. So I'm talking to her, and then my manager came over, and then they just started like conversating and everything, and then the kid started wandering around, and there's a part of the store where we had those megaphones, like the ones used for like like in elementary schools and shit, and
Right.
they have like a siren on it. You know that they have like a little siren button.
Yeah.
So the kid grabbed the megaphone and hit that button for the siren, and it goes off in the store and it's hella loud. And I went over. The kid started cupping his ears because I guess it was too loud for him or something. And he started cupping his ears, and I went over next to him and I grabbed it and I just turned it off. And then like I was just talking to him like, oh, are you okay? And then the kid just like he was just like going like ah. Then he grabs my leg. He grabs my ankle. Like he hooks my ankle with both arms. And then I look over to the mom, and she's still talking with my manager, and she saw that the kid just hooked onto my leg. And then I'm like, I was like, hey. And then they're still talking. She didn't like turn around when I said hey. And then I was like, lady, your kid's grabbing my foot, like, can you get him off of me? And then she's like, oh, like he'll let go right now. he's just a little bit scared from the noise. I'm like, okay. And then I'm just standing there like, what the fuck do I do? You know, this kid's like, I can't move because the kid's like grabbing my leg, right? And then I was just standing like 5 feet away from them, just not being a part of the conversation. But I'm just like, what the fuck do I do? You know, and then the kid started biting my ankle, dude. Like he grabbed my foot and just started like like biting my ankle. And I was like, like, he's biting. I told you, he's biting me. And then the mom ran over and she I forgot the kid's name, but she's like let it go. And then the kid started crying even more because I guess just the commotion of it all. And then the kids just started like screaming and crying. And then the kid went on a fucking rampage, dude, and he started like running around the store, tearing down everything, like all this sign that we just put up, like these promo signs we just put up for phones. He started grabbing them and throwing them everywhere, and just started, fucking going through the shit, like all the fucking shelves, and just knocking shit over. And I ran behind the counter, dude. I took, I bunkered up behind the counter, and then my manager's like, was like, "Are you okay?" I'm like, "Yeah." And then like there was just a straight up like a bite mark on my ankle, and like you could see blood. I wasn't bleeding, but you could see like kind of blood on it because he bit me like right on that bone, like on the side of your ankle.
Oh shit!
Yeah, like just straight up bone. He was biting into that, so I felt it right away. And then this kid, like, he's just knocking shit over, and I kid you not, the mom, she jumped on his back to try and stop him. Like she was mounted on the fucking on the kid, and she couldn't stop him. And I think the dad was shopping like at one of the stores like next to us, so he's usually the one that handles this shit. But the kid was autistic.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So and this was like this is like something that happens, and yeah, he was just wrestling the kid down until eventually like he ran out of energy. But that kid was so fucking strong, dude. He destroyed the whole store, destroyed the whole fucking store. And then like at the end, she's like, "I'm sorry." She told us everything, about her kid and all that. And he's like, "I'm sorry, like this happens."
He's autistic. He plays Guilty Gear Strive.
Yeah, he plays Guilty Gear, dude, and plays on pad, and I felt, I was honestly just like so uncomfortable, like I didn't know what to fucking do, right? And once she got him under control, she walked out because she felt so embarrassed. So she didn't, on top of that, I didn't even get a fucking sale out of her, right? But she walked out, dude, and the whole store was just like a tornado ran through there, dude, and like all these people just standing outside looking in, all these fucking nosy ass people. And then one of my coworkers, like, he's the one that was into ghosts and shit. He's like, dude, you should have fucking kicked that kid off of your leg the moment he grabbed on him.
Yeah.
I'm like, dude, like I was like, I don't know what to do. You guys never told me this is part of the job, like I don't know what to do. Like he told me if that was me, I would have kicked that fucking kid off of me. Like fuck that. That mom should have known better than to leave that kid hanging on you like that.
Yeah. And what a dumb bitch. She's like, oh yeah, he's fine. He does that.
Yeah, but I mean, you say that, but also she knows that if she goes over there and does something the kid doesn't like just fucking on,
she's afraid of him too.
Detach me from my leg, he's gonna freak out like that, which is what she didn't want. And well, I mean, it ended up happening anyways, but the fucking kid bit me, dude. I never been bit before. That's like the first time I got bit by a fucking zombie, and then like after that, my manager was like, "Oh, dude, like, are you? Do you want to like, you still want to work here?" It was my first day, right?
Oh shit!
I hope you come back tomorrow. I'm like, yeah, I'll be all right. But
yeah,
that was my first day, my first job and my first day on the job, dude. I got fucking bit by a kid.
Yeah, that's fucked up. I would have went and got. I mean, he probably doesn't have rabies or anything like that, but I would have been like, dude, give me workman's comp. Like, I want to get paid to go to the hospital.
Yeah. I don't know, dude. It was like the funniest day of working at Radio Shack, but it's also kind of fucked up because I was really just like freaked out. I didn't even know what to fucking think, dude.
The most fucked up thing that happened at my job was, so, dude, this is actually crazy, and I know this is about World of Warcraft again. But so my job, so at the time when I worked at Orange Julius, my first job, I was also playing the original World of Warcraft vanilla, right? And I was in a guild, and we were, back in the day, instead of Discord, there's a program called Ventrilo. That was the Discord back then, right?
Mm-hmm.
And we would do 40-man raids, and we were all awesome. We were tight-knit guild, we were just, everyone knew each other, like, we would just all hang out, like, and talk shit in Ventrilo, right? One day, like, people were getting to talk about where they're from, and then I was like, "Oh, I'm from Minnesota," and someone else was like, "Oh, I'm from Minnesota too." And at the time, so I told people I was black, and no one believed me, right? Just like, yeah, you're not, you don't sound black. Just being dumb, racist bigots and shit like that, right? So we'll just explain that part, right? So anyway, we're talking about like, hey, where are you guys from? And I'm like, oh, I'm from Minnesota. It's like, oh, okay, cool. where are you from? And I'm like, oh, I'm from Burnsville. And then some guy's like, oh, you're from Burnsville? Like, so these are two other guys in the guild, right? And one guy's like,
Yeah.
oh, I work in Burnsville. And I was like, where do you work? And he said, the Burnsville Mall. I was like, dude, I work at the Burnsville Mall too. So like, I've been raiding with this guy, playing games with him, and like, I find out that he also works in the same mall as me, right?
Yeah.
So I was like, where do you work? He's like, oh, I work at that little kiosk in the middle of the mall that sells, watches. And I was like, oh, you bitch. I was like, I work at Orange Julius. And he's like, okay, I'll come over your shift tomorrow or some shit. He comes over. he comes over, and he has like a little flip phone, like not even half a megapixel, like just the old school. He sees me and he's like, no way, are you cassettes? And I was like, yeah. And he's like, what the fuck? You're black. And he pulls out his flip phone, takes a picture of me. He's like, dude, I can't believe this. He comes back like the next weekend with like the other guildie, and they're looking at me like, wow, he's actually black. Like, just complete racist bitches. They went back to the guild, and they're like, yeah, he's actually black. It was such a huge deal to them, because to them, I was like, dude, this sounds like a 12-year-old white kid. Like, still do. But at the time, I definitely did. I was like 16, 15.
You're like a fucking unicorn to them or something, dude. What's so surprising about you being black?
I don't know. I think we had we had another black guild who sounded like hella black from Tennessee. So when I would like try to be like, yeah, I'm black too, they'd be like, shut up, dude, you're not black, like, the other black guys. Anyway, we said an hour episode. You want to wrap this up?
Yeah, dude.
What do you got? You got anything else?
No, dude. Just let's do that whole 5K or marathon goal run, dude. We can have like a plaque one day. For the podcast, dude.
Yeah, my goal before the next podcast, I have to go to the gym five times. I got to go tomorrow, once on Saturday. So let's hopefully, and we're gonna do guests. We're gonna have more guests in the future. So this is just a one-on-one today.
Yeah, that's fine, but that'd be cool, dude. We should definitely do that shit. Like, no bullshit. I'm down to make that happen, dude.
Yeah, I mean, 5K is not intimidating. That's just 3 miles. That's the hardest thing about it is like you just gotta show up somewhere, and that's fine. Yeah. I wonder if there's any in Hawaii. I'm gonna have to look that up.
There has to be. I mean, why wouldn't there be? They're all over the.
I'll look it up right now.
Yeah, but I'd be down, dude. I mean, start with the 5K and then just work our way up. See how far we can go.
Nice. There's one on October 26th. in like down the street from me.
Down the street from you. All right, tonight. Go ahead, dude. Sign up.
All right, we'll see.
Yeah, no,
I don't know if I can do. All right, we'll see. Yeah,
dude. Okay, it's not gonna work, dude. It's like a day from now, but
okay. Let's say by the end of November, let's try to run a 5K. Let's just do that.
All right. Did they give you? I've never done one, so did they give you like a little sticker or something, or what do you get?
I think you just sign up, register, and then you show up, and then they give you your stuff.
I'm saying, where's the proof though that I even did it?
Hopefully, you get a sticker at the end of it, when like at the finish line. I'm sure. Yeah.
All right. Well, if I make it to the finish line, then I'll post my shit on Twitter, and you can put it on the as like the background picture for the podcast.
All right, let's hold ourselves to it. By the end of November, let's try to run a 5K. We're first one to run a 5K wins. Let's do that.
Right, first official one 5K. Yeah, wins. All right.
Okay. All right, guys. Thanks for listening. That's it. Listen for more Tekken stuff. We'll have a guest next week.
Shout out to Radio Shack, dude.
Yeah, shout out to Radio Shack, Orange Julius. Appreciate it. All right, man.
We're out.
Damn.
Mon corps au plan séquence.
You are now listening to the FGC Job Squad. See us when we're good.